Wow, welcome to Hot Takes with Cheddar Chaz, where there's no hand holding. We deal with facts and emotion. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification if you haven't already. So, the trade deadline has passed. There's been a lot of fallout. The Western Conference has been shaken to its core, right? Things don't look so optimistic now for your New Orleans Pelicans. We got the Zion news today, and send a little prayers out. Send a few prayers out for our guy Zion, man. Tough injury, really tough injury. It is a significant one. I will tell you that. A lot of people kind of brushed over the initial Woj reporting about the injury when he said this is not like a mild injury. This is a significant injury. And for me personally, when people were talking about his return being soon, I was shocked because knowing the extent of the injury, it was pretty surprising to know that he would even be, possibly back so soon. So there's that. But I want to talk about the trade deadline, the Josh Richardson acquisition. I want to tell you why I think the front office actually got it right. This offseason, the things we heard kind of behind the scenes, I think the front office kind of knew that Kevin Durant was never a real option for this team. It was fun to talk about. But, the front office knew that Kevin Durant had one destination set, right? And when they revisited those discussions, nothing had changed. Maybe the front office wanted to possibly be a third team and maybe pull a guy like Mikal Bridges. But Mikal Bridges, great player. He's currently viewed as a part of the Brooklyn Nets' future, right? And I think once Kevin Durant came to the Western Conference, all bets were off. Knowing the extent of Zion's injury, because you had to know that the team knew there was a setback before it was reported. Knowing the extent of Zion's injury and Brandon's injury concerns, and this how the team's kind of been up and down recently. This team desperately needs All-Star break at this point. CJ's clearly tired. JV, he's an Iron Man, but he's clearly tired. I think the front office just didn't want to use any assets at this point, right? I think this front office wanted to save all of its draft capital, all of its remaining salary ammunition for this offseason, where they can potentially upgrade maybe the center position. Maybe you get an elite role player. Who knows? Maybe they even decide to blow this thing up. Maybe someone wants out. Who knows? I'm not saying that anyone does want out, but there are some frustrated parties on this team. So personally, I think the team made the right decision avoiding overpaying for guys who don't necessarily put you in the title picture. Now things could go the Pels' way. They start clicking at the right time. BI takes another step and becomes a consistent 30+ point a night guy. CJ, he gets rested, and the Pelicans, they strike at the right time. They go on a run. Things could go the Pelicans' way. You get into the playoffs, anything could happen. Like you saw last year, Devin Booker went down. You're an injury away from advancing in the playoffs most times. A lot of the times rather. Kevin Durant gets hurt in the NBA finals. Well, he gets hurt in the series before that, but he's out in the finals, and the Raptors win the championship. So it's all about season opportunity when it does present itself. But I don't think if you're the Pelicans, right? If you're Griffin, Trajan Langdon, and you see Kevin Durant has come to this conference, you see the Clippers have gotten better, the Grizzlies have gotten better, and Zion's out for an extended period of time. Do you really want to add another high usage guy to this roster right now? Even knowing, do you really want to spend assets on a guy like a John Collins, OG Anunoby, or just any of those guys? Do you want to overpay for those guys at this point when your contention chances have taken a major hit with the news of Kevin Durant coming to the conference? I use this analogy several times. If you hear a tank is coming, you don't go grab your bow and arrow. You don't go grab your BB gun. The best chance this team would have, with competing against a team like the Suns, would be with a healthy Zion and a healthy Brandon, with both of those guys. And if you don't know if that's going to be the case, you may want to hold off on, overpaying for a guy who may not help you in the long run anyway, and whose salary you may not be able to move like a John Collins. Because that $25 million, I really don't know if John Collins is helping you enough to justify, that tax bill at this point. Moment for a message from my sponsors, please. This podcast is sponsored by the Birds Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boo Crew Media, located at 918 Porter Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident, and be sure to mention we sent you. Birds Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boo Crew Media. Yeah, man, you guys tell me what you think. Do you think that potentially the front office made the wrong decision? Do you think they should have went out and got some reinforcements? Because it seems like a lot of guys went cheap, but sometimes that's the price for that team. That may not be the price for the Pelicans, because people know the Pelicans have a gluttony of picks. So maybe the asking price for Vanderbilt and Beasley was more than a protected first or a couple of seconds, things of that nature. Maybe it was like, yo, we know you have capital, so we're going to try to rob you blind. And Josh Richardson is an improvement over Devontae Graham. Shout out to Devontae Graham doing this thing in San Antonio, man. Really good guy, really embraced coming to New Orleans immediately. And we got some good memories with Devontae Graham hitting some major shots for us, man. So shout out to him. We look forward to seeing Josh Richardson do his thing. And yeah, man, to stay tuned. Like I say, keep Zion in your prayers. Just stay a prayer for everyone across the league dealing with these injuries, man. Things are crazy. And I just hope that the rest of our guys can make it to All-Star break healthy. So that's been today's show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.